Hi, I'm Clint of Clint Weaver Horsemanship, and this is part 2 of a question about how to get a horse to lope softly and how to get one to continue and stay in the lope. I want to go back real fast and talk about the first video on loping softly, and I just want to touch real fast on, a horse will only get as soft as you ask, okay? So when I'm walking, trotting, or loping, my calves and my legs come in first, and then I start gathering the slack. You see, okay, it's not a pull. I just start gathering the slack, and I might start gathering with my fingers and then take a hold of the rein as needed, okay? So I want to touch on that real fast. Now, as far as getting a horse to lope and stay in the lope, I want to start this off by saying that it's really, really important that you understand that this is a process. It doesn't happen in a week, doesn't happen sometimes in a month, okay? It's just like an athlete, okay? I'm not going to go out there and try to run 5 miles today. I can't do it, but I could probably run a half a mile, and then next week bump it up, then next week bump it up, so on and so forth. Now, part of my responsibility is to know where they're at, okay? So if I ask my horse to begin the canter right here, and he lopes from here, and he lopes about half of this big round pin here, then it's up to me to understand where he's at, okay? And so today I might say, well, I'm going to see if I can get him to lope 3/4, okay? It can't, I don't think it should be a matter of you're going to just lope until I tell you to stop, you see? Because in my opinion, you start to take away some of the spirit of the horse, okay? I have a friend of mine in Kansas, Matt Peak. Boy, he's got some horses that he uses every day for his job. And let me tell you, his horses, when you look at them, I mean, they got that look of where are we going and what are we doing, And they're just excited about their job, you see, and stuff. Well, nothing's been drilled into those horses. You see, there's been no training or drilling going into those horses, you see. And he's built them up over time, you see. And so, again, it's my job to understand and recognize where my horse is at, okay? And if he's loping a half a circle, then I'm going to try to bump it up today. And then next week, then bump it up a little more. The other thing real fast before we get started is I want to say that well, I forgot what it was. Stop. Okay, I'm back. We had to cut because I lost my train of thought. I'm kind of new at this, so you'll have to just bear with me. Sometimes I get rolling in my head and it doesn't all come out. But anyway, what the rest of the deal that I was going to say is that the other part of this is that if I'm riding my horse 5 days a week, then I'm only loping him around twice. The other 3 days, I'm working on body parts, maybe trotting him around and stuff. This is not something I'm going to do every day, okay? If I've got a horse that's got lots of go to him, I might be loping him every day. But in this question, how to get a horse to continue loping, the lady's horse keeps dying out. And so with that being said, well, if I only rode 3 days a week, well, then chances are I'd only lope him that 1 day a week. And the other 2 days, I'd work on his body parts and I'd take him outside for a ride. I would do other things, okay? So I would not hammer and stress on this, okay? All right? Now, before I get started, I have a quirt on both sides of my horse. I have this right here, on my McCarty rope on this side. I have the tail of my rope on this side, okay? So when I'm working on this is what I want. I want lots of life to him. One thing needs to already have been happened and established, and that is my horse needs to understand how to stay on the rail, okay? I don't need him cutting across because turns kills the life. So straightness really helps here. So letting them go straight will really help with encouraging the life, okay? If I've got a horse that wants to go really fast, then I do lots of turns, you see? So I don't want him just free-nilly in here. I want him to stay on the outside, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to ask with my spurs either. I just want my calves, and I'm going to cluck to him, okay? Now, when I go and I ask him to lope and he breaks to the trot, I let him trot. I let him trot for about 4 or 5 strides, and then I cluck and ask him to lope again. So I'm saying to my horse, good, I'm glad you broke down because now I'm going to work on getting you going back up to the canter. See? So this is an excuse for me to get my horse better at clucking and going back into the canter, or kissing, whatever you may choose to do, okay? And so this is a good opportunity. That's how I look at this. I'm not getting after him. This is a good opportunity. But again, I want to stress, I'm going to let him come down to the trot for a few strides, because when I get out there down in the valley and I'm moving cows around, I need to lope over here to this cow and then break to the trot and then trot back over here to this cow, okay? I don't need my horse worried and stressed about breaking down to the trot. I want him to know it's okay, but I didn't ask you to, so we're going to go back up again, you see? And it's a lot more work for him to come down and go up, then come down and go up, than to just stay up for a little while, okay? So now, we're going to get started here, okay? I've already done a little bit with him as far as the cluck, but I haven't worked on him staying in the canter, okay? All right, so I'm going to cluck here. Now I might just have my calves on. Now I'm just going to sit, relax, okay? Right there, he broke. There I clucked. Again, I don't care about leads right now, but I am aware of how far we went, okay? Now there, I'm getting really close to having to spank him, because I clucked a few times and he didn't move. There he's holding it, there he's holding it. That's pretty good there. My legs are not on. Now, I'm going to bring him down. That's the other part of this. It's my job, it's my responsibility, when he gives me a try, before the life comes out, that I bring it out and I say, that's it, attaboy, way to go, you see? All right, he's probably wanting to die anyway, you see? But if I take it out, then it was my idea. So now my idea becomes his idea. Vice versa, his idea becomes my idea. We're working together here, you see? So that's the responsibility of the rider, is to know where they're at. How long are they loping, okay? And when they give you a try beyond where they're at, to recognize it and reward them for it, okay? Now I'll go the other way. Oh, there. I was reaching for that, but he left. Good job. All right, now I'm aware that was not even half a circle, okay? I'm fine with trotting here. There, he wants to dive in. I'm going to move him over. I want him to stay out here. Straightness will really help him stay in it. There, let's go. I clucked 3 or 4 times and then got him. But I'm not using my legs here. When I'm working on this, there, good. Just the idea of me coming across, got a little life in him. Oh, this feels pretty good. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm going to take the life out of him. I might not take it out with 2 reins. I'll just take it out with 1 rein there, okay? Now, I'm going to sit here for a minute, 2 minutes, you see, and just relax. Look around. Oh, this is nice country. Enjoy just sitting here, okay? And then start it up again, okay? All right, with this horse, I might go 1 or 2 more times, both sides. Quit him on that for today, you see? And again, build on it, and have him understand that, you know what? The cluck means something. When I ask, I need you to go, and I might have to back it up with something, okay? But a horse like this, I want to keep him sensitive in the belly, okay, if that makes sense. So thank you so much for your question. You guys have really kept us busy this week with the questions. And I want to encourage you, if you got a comment on it, please comment on the bottom. Any ideas, anything to add, anything to take away, boy, I'm all for the comments. So thank you very much for watching.